Enter the crib. Your strike back SitRep starts in 3, 2, 1. Wait, do we go on 0?
Welcome back, guys. We are here to discuss episode 3 of Trackers. As Deb keeps telling me, episode 3 is where everything changes all the time. And new shows that you were like, I think this is good, suddenly become like really good. Yeah, that was great. I'm Kelsey.
And I'm Deb.
I will edit out that long pause.
No, that's okay.
I
think that's how everyone's brains are working right now, Kelsey. So don't worry about
it. Oh my God. Yeah, the world is pretty crazy. So, what were your overall thoughts for episode 3?
What a packed episode. I've watched it, I think, 4 times now, and I'm still like needing to keep a chart of who everybody is because now there's more people. Like, okay, all right. So I'm starting to get a handle on it, but I'm thinking some people maybe aren't who they seem to be.
Mila?
Yeah. This just turns out to be a woman with a whole hell of a lot of luck.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if you watched the previews for next week, we know at least there's a theory that they have a mole. So perhaps Mila, because her behavior made no sense whatsoever.
Yeah. I'm like, girl, I know you're probably horny, but what?
Yeah.
Like,
been on this job like what, a week?
Yeah, and you're doing it with like someone they're investigating, except now you're pretending you're not investigating him.
And I don't think she's actually told anyone about him, has she?
No, well, you know that she made a comment early on because she was like, "Oh, he sounds like a guy who knows what he's doing, right?" And the other one was like, "Oh, you should get with him." But like then, when she's like searching his phone records or whatever, and then she's like, "Oh, nobody." So she's not like undercover for them. No, I don't know. It's weird.
Really just. So we have Becker, who I kind of like, but I'm still. There's obviously something more going on with him. I'm thinking, because I don't know if I truly trust he's just happens to stumble into her.
All over. Like he is like fucked our minds so hard we can't trust anybody.
Especially not Janina. Hello. What? She keeps putting up unnecessary roadblocks.
She's kind of a badass, though.
Janina, yeah, she is. Yeah, I liked her. I mean, I loved the whole scene going into Nkunzi's house.
Yeah,
that was pretty cool. But every time they could take a step forward, she says, "No, not yet." So why?
I got the like she's cautious because she charged ahead, and is like getting in trouble for that. So I haven't read that as like her putting up roadblocks. It's more like she's nervous to charge ahead now. Although, yeah, but like her scene with him where she just is like unflinching right back at him, I was like, you rock.
Yeah. And we learned how to say, was it I fucking know in Afrikaans. I actually wrote it down. I'm going to be using that. Yeah. Nice. I fucking weet. I love that. Fucking weet. Yes.
I love the like interplay where you have like different, like half the sentence in English and then that like, yeah.
Yeah. I'm really enjoying all the different languages they're throwing in.
Yeah.
I'm going to start writing some of these down because I really like the sound of it.
I was upset that Nkuzi died because I had seen on like IMDb that he was in it for 5 episodes. Yeah.
And so are we doing like, flashbacks or because he looked pretty dead?
He looked, I mean, that was definitely right through the heart.
Yeah.
So unless that like bracelet he's wearing really does have magic powers, which he believes
right.
And this is about to become a whole other show.
I believe it. Like magical realism. And then Ehrlichman. Okay, do we believe that Ehrlichman? We know he's sort of a shady businessman-y sort of guy. Do we believe that he really doesn't have any more involvement than selling because clearly he's at least involved in redistributing illegal arms. So
they're all shady.
I know.
What's crazy though is like Limmer, man, he fucking took that personal, didn't he?
Oh yeah.
I'm like, dude, this guy, he is not a Scott or Wyatt figure because he is going after this woman in a really, it's almost like verging on
he's a Stonebridge in that sort of
but like
mission.
I get that, but she's not his mission, and he could have walked away, and he's like, I want the girl or the diamonds. It's personal for him, like going after, because she slept with him and she betrayed him, and like he's tracking her, and it feels like sort of creepy, to be honest, to me. Like, I'm like, you're taking it too far. She fucked you over. Just say, oh, that sucks.
But she has his gun.
Oh, that's right. She does still have his gun.
So if he is on some sort of personal vengeance, he's using the gun as a cover. But I think he's really angry. But I think he is after the gun.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, he does not want anyone to be able to trace him.
Right.
Even if he could explain, you would think he would be able to explain away the fact that
that he was like on a security job, and he was I mean, it seems shady to me, to say the least, that like, I get you want your gun back, but like, you're willing to risk a whole lot and put yourself in danger and put other people in danger and then shoot other people. Yeah, there's something, I don't know.
Well, and going back to that scene, he shot 2 of the men with the gun that Ehrlichman gave him.
Yeah.
But he shot Jabba with Nkunzi's gun.
With Nkunzi's gun, yeah.
So why? Yeah, that was strange.
Yeah.
So, and I kind of felt bad for Jabba. I liked him.
Yeah, so
job protecting his drug dealing boss, and I was like sad that I hope he comes back at least somehow, like flashbacks or what's going on.
Yeah, especially after talking to him, and he was so nice and so funny. And if you guys have not listened to his interview on the last episode, you should definitely go do that. He's phenomenal, so enthusiastic, just delightful. But yeah, so a lot going on. We actually could do our typical like favorite fight kind of thing. Although we said we weren't going to do that for this show.
You know what's really wild, Kels? We can do whatever we want.
That's true. Y'all are just along for the ride. I mean, mostly. Yeah, you can also shut it off, I guess. So you could. We won't ever know.
I don't. I've got a list of people here trying to figure out what all the interconnections are. Who's really, and now they've thrown in this side story of Janina's brother.
Yeah.
So what's that all about?
Yeah. The like lingering look on his old photograph.
Yeah.
It was very like, I don't, because at first I was like, oh, I guess just so we see like we have an emotional tie to her. But then I was like, no, this is like one of those fucking mystery mazillion not shows that like everything has a meaning. And definitely at the end of 6 episodes, we're all going to go back and go, we need to watch the whole thing over again. Because you're right. It's like, yeah, I don't know.
You know, I'm trying to figure out. Okay, we know Daoud is the main puppeteer in all of this. That whatever it is, what?
We think we do.
Well, I mean, he had a really key line after meeting with Osman, in which his assistant or whomever it is that was sitting in the front seat said something about their.
Oh, everything's going the way it's supposed to. They're looking the way they're supposed to. That's right. Yeah.
At least that's where. This is where we want them to be looking.
Right.
So we want them to be looking at Osman and.
That's right.
What's really going on?
Mila. There's just, but of course, then you have like that creepy husband and the son, and the asshole son. But I guess she could have gotten involved with something maybe he's not an abuser. I know he's he was terrible.
Yeah, he was.
But maybe she really is cheating on him with someone who is planning something that planted her. But again, that intelligence
Yeah.
agency should not have hired someone
It's just, yeah.
and give them immediate access to counterterrorism shit. But
Yeah, I really just
anyways.
don't understand this organization at all. At all. You know, yeah, not having your personal cell phones with you is kind of, that's, pretty standard operating procedure.
Yeah.
And she's already gotten kind of in trouble for it more than once. And she's got the damn phone sitting right on her desk, taking more personal calls. I mean,
Yeah.
just nothing adds up around this character.
Yeah. She's a weird one.
Or maybe we're just not supposed to be that smart about stuff like this. I don't know. Just maybe it's just one of those storylines where just take it for what it's worth,
Yeah, it could be. I definitely, we're so used to, like I said, I mean, Jack's writing, which is so clever and ties all those things together. And same with Warrior, which dropped all these little things that all tied together. And this could be one where like she really is just I was gonna say, she's like a Mary Sue, which I hate that term. It's like the worst term because it only applies to women. Because men can be magically good at anything, and women, it's like actual magic if they're good at something.
Right.
But like she kind of literally is that.
Unless, of course, she really is
Yes.
someone else.
Secret elf. Yes.
Yeah. Because I don't know, it just seems a little, more than a little, it seems completely unbelievable that someone who's been on the job for a week is suddenly involved with someone key to the who is apparently key to the investigation.
And she absolutely, you know what are we even saying? Like, we see more of her outside of work than any of the other team. She is absolutely more than she appears.
Mm-hmm.
If she's not, then that doesn't even make sense unless they were like, she's pretty. Let's put her on the screen. But that doesn't, So that was interesting. I thought the fight between Lemmer and Nkunzi was pretty cool. The shootout, I thought Lemmer taking photos of him in the shower, nude photos, was pretty crazy. Yeah, he's like, I'm gonna show these, and I was like, is he implying that he's like a tiny dick or something? He's like, no, I'm just gonna show like how easy it is to get in here, and I was like, that's not nearly as exciting. Like, you could have just taken a picture of his bedroom or something. He didn't have to be naked.
Well,
harassment.
Because he's all about show.
I know.
It's all image with him. It's all show. It's all optics. And so look how easily he's walked right into the bathroom,
Yeah.
But that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
But I am sad if he's dead. I mean, kind of the fun twist and everything.
He was. As he said, a larger than life character, know.
Yep. So yeah, that'll be well, but he did look pretty dead.
I mean,
plus a shot right in the heart.
Right in the heart, right out the back. Like,
and then Lemmer took a shot in the arm.
Yeah.
And I guess he just magically healed. It was like done with. Was there even any blood?
It was a bit of a Wyatt moment for real. No. Oh. Sorry, Jack.
No, yeah, that was. So yeah, there's a lot happened in this episode, and it seemed like a lot of storyline moved forward, and yet still I'm sitting here going, okay, so we have Osman who was supposed to deliver the diamonds but stole the diamonds, and what?
Yeah, it's still twisty, but I think being such an action fan, this episode felt like, I like this, because it finally started to move fast paced. Not that I don't also enjoy drama, but going into this, I thought it was more of an action. So I think it's like meeting those expectations now, I guess.
Yeah. Well, and I distinctly, the first time I watched it, there was one point at which I very consciously thought, oh, yeah, I'm connected with this now. I'm into this now. There's we've got enough churning here and it's moving faster now. And so, yep, I'm with it. And I'm really looking forward to seeing how this whole, whatever it is that's going to show up, you know, whether it is a dirty bomb or what it is. And I hope it's a little more exciting than that, but
Yeah.
that awful.
Whatever scars Flea will leave, or whatever that the dogs didn't do. I was like, wait, what the?
The baboons. They were baboons.
Oh, they were baboons. Okay. Yeah, that's right. I was
mean,
like,
that's vicious.
man.
Oh, yeah, that's vicious. So, and then, you know, having to bring the CIA in is obviously gonna, and I, you know, for a moment I thought, well, maybe Becker's really CIA.
Oh, that could be. I could buy that.
Yeah.
Mm.
Because he's also pretty interested in getting his Marine kit back.
Yeah, so I was gonna say his Marine kit that he was like, I need the money and the Marine kit. Yeah.
And then we didn't hear about the kit anymore. We just heard about the money.
Yeah.
So he pretty clearly said both.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
he did. Yeah, it will be interesting. Well, I look forward to next week for sure.
Yeah.
Lots of questions. I don't know that there's still any like super emotional moments for me. Other than sort of like the weirdness with Mila and the like tension, like kind of everything she does seems like she's looking around sideways.
Yeah.
Although that could be potentially symptomatic of having been an abused wife, that you're always on guard.
Yeah.
So that could be either that or she really is shady as shit. Like, I don't know.
We'll see next week. Looks like the CIA is going to show up, and didn't look like it was going the PBI's way in that meeting. So
I mean, isn't that like typical though? The CIA shows up and they're like, we're the badasses, unless it's Strike Back, and then they're like, we're the badasses, and then we get blown up, and then
we're the badasses, except we're idiots.
Yeah.
And, you know, part of me hopes I hope that I really want to see the PBI like suddenly get super, super talented and wrap this whole thing up, because right now I'm like, they just seem sort of underfunded, understaffed, undertrained,
realistic.
Technology.
They seem realistic and not like a televised version of an intelligence agency.
Do we think this is the whole agency? This like 6 people?
That certainly seems to be the impression I'm getting.
Yeah.
I'm like, I know that South Africa is smaller than America. It's not that much smaller. Yeah. And there's some crazy shit. And there's like a whole continent of shit that's going on. Like, what?
Well, and it seems like it's a pretty new, I mean, it's clearly a new organization.
Right.
Because in the first episode, she and her supervisor refer to the fact that they used to be the ones breaking the law.
Right.
And now they're the ones enforcing it. So you know this is a very new organization. And clearly their first high profile thing, they screwed up. So, and I wonder if any of this is going to go back, you know, kind of go back to that and clear any of that up. But we'll see.
Yeah, it's interesting. I was just thinking, like, can you imagine an American TV show where you had an intelligence agency with like less than 10 people in it? You know?
Wait, American. The last couple of seasons of Homeland.
Okay.
So I think wasn't Carrie like the only person left at one point?
I only watched the first season.
Oh.
So thank you. That's all right. I haven't.
Sorry, I need to stand back up now. I just fell over. Wow. Yeah. I know it got kind of bad there for a while, but I hung in.
Did it get better again?
Yeah, the last couple seasons, it turned itself around.
Okay. I mean, so maybe I need to go back and try again.
There were like 2 good seasons. I mean, the first season's amazing. The next season was, and then it kind of it maintained, And then it really went in the crapper for a while, and then it sort of came back.
Okay.
Another character named Quinn who kind of pulled it out of its crap hole.
Okay. Maybe I'll go back and check it out. I mean, it's not like who the fuck knows when TV schedules are going to be normal again. So
Yeah.
I'll probably have the time.
Well, you should. I'm actually watching Susanna Henna's show they did right after this called Agent. And it's pretty good. He plays a football player, a soccer player.
Yeah.
The show focuses around his agent, but
Okay.
he's a big part of the show. Yeah.
Nice.
And he's kind of an asshole, but you feel for him too. He's kind of an aging star, but and there's a young up and coming kid looks like he's going to be taking his place, and he gets a little manipulative with the kid, trying to keep him out.
Interesting. Okay.
It's a strange show. It's kind of a Jerry Maguire-esque, entourage-y, strange show. But I'm watching it. It's interesting. It's quite interesting. So,
okay.
And it's fun.
I will have to check it out.
In it.
Yeah. Cool. Well, I guess we're done with trackers since we moved on naturally. So yeah, that's our thoughts on trackers episode 3. Let us know what you guys are thinking about it if you're enjoying the show, and we'll catch you next week.
And next week looks like it's really going to be good. So
yeah,
I'm psyched for that.
Thanks, and tune in next week for another Need to Know session at the Crib. Follow us on Twitter @StrikebackCrib. Out.